I'm going to share with you some great tips and strategies on how to maximise a property when putting it on the market for sale. Of course, for the best tips and strategies, always come along to our property information nights. When you're putting a property on the market for sale, it's really important to understand that you are creating an emotional vehicle to create money. In fact, it's fair to say when we go out and buy real estate, we don't actually want to buy an emotional piece of real estate. We want to buy something or a piece of real estate on the numbers. We're choosing the property because we can make a profit. Again, the profit's the most important part. We make our money buying real estate. But look, there's a lot of people out in the marketplace who would have you believe that you never ever sell a piece of real estate. I don't believe that. I believe you can buy a piece of real estate, add some value to it, and if you know what you're doing, and if you understand some great tips and strategies, you can put that property back on the market and create an emotional appeal or an emotional product to a demographic in the marketplace. And if you do it right, you can make a pretty good return. In fact, we're talking about $20,000 to $30,000 more if you understand what you're doing when selling than if you just chose a normal path of sale. So what am I talking about? Where am I going? Well, I'm talking about creating an atmosphere for people to want to buy your property. And that it's very easy to put a property on the market with no aesthetic appeal, very easy to put a property on the market with without furniture in it. And it takes a little bit of tact to actually come up with a bit of a style for a property. So if you can imagine learning some tips and strategy about being a property stylist, understanding what a demographic is looking for and creating an emotional appeal. I recently sold a property in a market which was quite flat, and the opportunity there was to make sure that I was dressing the property as best as possible to attract the limited amount of buyers in the marketplace. And sure enough, I was able to get one of the highest property sale figures in that particular suburb in this given year, which has been a great result for me. And I did it by dressing the property. I got some funky furniture, I rented it, I put it in the property, I styled the property using some great techniques and tips which are available in the marketplace. And I was able to get one of the highest sales figures in that area all year. Simple techniques which work, and even if you look on screen, there's some great little add value techniques which don't cost a lot. In fact, this renovation has been conducted for a limited amount of money, only a couple $1,000s. Revamping bathrooms, just by getting an inexpensive vanity down at Bunnings and using some sort of tradespeople along the way, we're able to sort of change the atmosphere in that home. Lighting is so important when it comes to sale. People don't like dark properties, and you can make a lot more money just by having an airy and light. And as you can see in these two photos, it's chalk and cheese. The one on the right has a feature wall, but it's a dark feature wall, and it makes the space very limited. You feel like you're in a small room. Simply by painting that room, it's opened it up, and all of a sudden, when people come through, they get a different experience, a different emotional connection to the property. And of course, if we look at this particular kitchen, just by changing the bench top and repainting the cabinetry, we've been able to get a nicer look for the kitchen. People don't like clutter when they're walking through a home, so make sure if you do put a property on the market, you're going to allow people to walk through and see it in its best light. Of course, for the best tips and strategies, I recommend coming along to our property information nights. They're around the country in every capital city and some regional markets as well. So come along this month. You're going to learn some great tips and strategy on how the real estate market works from both a buying point of view and some tips when it comes to selling.